Welcome to your IELTS listening practice from Spinta.org. This is a mini-test designed to help you practice a specific section of the exam and improve your confidence. The recording will be played one time only, just like in the official test. Let's begin.
Good morning, class. Today we are going to delve into a fascinating and essential area of design studies known as universal design principles. This topic centers around accessibility and inclusive product development, which are critical in the ever-evolving landscape of design. As we consistently seek to improve the usability and accessibility of our environments, ensuring that all individuals can engage with products and services becomes paramount. First, let's begin by defining what we mean by universal design. Universal design refers to the design of products and environments to be usable by all people, to the greatest extent possible, without the need for adaptation or specialized design. This means that when we talk about designing universally, we are often referring to creating solutions that cater to the vast diversity of human capability and experience. So, as we explore this topic, it is vital to consider the main principles that underpin universal design. Over the next several minutes, we will look at 7 key principles that guide the process of developing accessible and inclusive designs. The first principle is equitable use. This principle emphasizes that the design should be useful and marketable to people with diverse abilities. For example, if you consider a public building, an entrance that is accessible to both wheelchair users and those who do not use wheelchairs serves as a representation of equitable design. It ensures that all individuals can utilize the building without stigma. Additionally, this brings us to the second principle, which is flexibility in use. This principle advises that designs should accommodate a wide range of individual preferences and abilities. A notable case study here includes adjustable kitchen counters. Such designs allow individuals of varying heights and needs to use the kitchen effectively. The third principle we should look at is simple and intuitive use. Here, we emphasize the design's clarity in operation. For instance, a remote control that has large buttons and is color-coded makes it easy to operate for the elderly or individuals with cognitive impairments. Moving on to the fourth principle, we have perceptible information. This principle implies that the design should communicate necessary information effectively to the user, regardless of their level of sensory abilities. For example, auditory signals in combination with visual feedback can help users navigate environments more safely. Now let's dive into the fifth principle, which is tolerance for error. This principle addresses the need to minimize hazards and the adverse consequences of accidental or unintended actions. A classic example is the design of car braking systems. Fail-safe features are built to prevent accidents even if a user mistakenly presses the accelerator. The sixth principle is low physical effort. This principle states that the design should be usable efficiently and comfortably, and with a minimum of fatigue. For example, door handles designed for pushing rather than pulling reduce the effort required to open doors, which significantly benefits users of various abilities. Finally, we reach the seventh principle, which is size and space for approach and use. This principle dictates that appropriate size and space should be provided for approach, reach, manipulation, and use, regardless of the user's body size, posture, or mobility. An example of this can be seen in the design of accessible parking spaces, which are wider and allow easier access. Now that we have outlined these principles, it is essential to discuss how they can be applied in real-world contexts. Universal design principles are not only theoretical concepts, they guide designers in creating products that are accessible and equitable for everyone. Consider the case of technology in education. The growth of online learning platforms over the past few years has highlighted the need for universally designed digital content. For instance, ensuring that videos come with subtitles helps those who are hard of hearing, while audio descriptions can be beneficial for vision-impaired users. Furthermore, let us explore some specific examples from the built environment where universal design principles have fostered accessibility. One such instance can be illustrated by the implementation of curb cuts at intersections. Initially designed for wheelchair users, curb cuts are also beneficial for parents with strollers and travelers with luggage, showcasing how universal design extends beyond its initial intention. Another aspect to emphasize is the inclusion of assistive technologies in design. Tools and devices like screen readers, voice recognition software, and tactile displays are essential for creating inclusive environments and are inspired by the overarching principles of universal design. Moreover, a study by the American Institutes for Research found that inclusive design not only benefits users with disabilities, but also enhances overall user satisfaction. When environments and products are designed for a broader range of users, they often provide a more enriching experience for everyone, which strengthens community engagement and participation. In this light, it is crucial to recognize that principles of universal design must be reflected in government policies and legislation as well. For example, the Americans with Disabilities Act emphasizes equal access for individuals with disabilities, guiding many design practices in public spaces. As we move toward a conclusion, it is important to continually reassess the application of these universal design principles and promote ongoing research. Emerging technologies and societal shifts bring new challenges and opportunities. Hence, designers must adopt an inclusive mindset and commit to lifelong learning, ensuring that their practice evolves alongside the needs of diverse communities. To summarize, we have discussed the critical principles of universal design, including equitable use, flexibility in use, and simple and intuitive use, among others. Universal design is an ongoing journey. It is not merely a checklist, but a dynamic approach that seeks to accommodate everyone. By integrating these principles into our design thinking, we can foster environments that are accessible, inclusive, and ultimately equitable for all individuals. The lessons learned from examining universal design not only benefit those who require accessibility, but also enrich the human experience as a whole. Thank you for your attention. I hope this lecture inspires you to explore the exciting possibilities within universal design principles and consider their implications in your future work as designers.
You have now completed the practice test. When you are ready for a full exam experience, visit us at Spinta.org. There you will find complete mock tests for all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Our platform provides instant AI feedback for your speaking and writing tasks, along with an accurate prediction of your band score. Take control of your preparation at Spinta.org.